So many people respect you, old, new, in between, whatever. Do you ever get shocked at how many people, pay homage to you?
I do. I was just at this event in Los Angeles that CBS put on with the Recording Academy to celebrate hip hop's 50th anniversary.
The one that everybody was at?
Yeah.
You were there?
Yeah.
That looked amazing.
And Chuck D came over to me, and I mean, the outpouring of love and admiration that Chuck D continuously shows me blows my mind.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Because records like My Uzi Weighs a Ton was the type of shit that made me like, yo, they talking different with this.
Yeah, man.
This is just a whole different way of talking.
Yeah.
You know? And when I realized that you didn't have to be from a certain place to do it and be a part of it, that I was sold. You know what I'm saying? But, to see a Chuck D and a Flavor Flav, like Flavor had walked past me and didn't realize it was me and came back, like double back. He ain't got that to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so when the OGs, my OGs show love like that, it's only right that I be as gracious, if not more gracious. You know what I'm saying? Because the people that opened the doors for me, like, and I had to fight to get there, but there were people with their foot in the door holding it open for me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And they appreciate the way that I came in and the way I represented in the culture. And it's so fulfilling because before there was any money, before there was any cars and mansions and all of that, you wanted rappers that was nice to say you was nice.
Right.
And I've been able to say that pretty much everybody I looked up to as an artist looks at me as a real rapper. Like, not just a dude making songs, like I'm really out here doing my thing, and that's an amazing thing to carry.
And to double down what he just asked, and this is a question that Nori usually asks the guests, did you ever think hip-hop would take it this far to the point where you've expanded your brand further than hip-hop, and it's still hip-hop, but you've gone in other realms outside of the music side of hip-hop?
Not at all, and I'll tell you why. Because I've been here long enough to remember when hip-hop almost just off the general principle rejected sponsorship.
Right, yep.
Right? Because we were very concerned about corporations coming in,
infiltrating,
and really taking advantage of the culture, manipulating the culture and the people within. We didn't really know whether or not that was going to be a bad thing. So when Hammer had a cartoon and Kid and Play had a cartoon and people were doing Pepsi and KFC commercials.
The Mountain Dew, Wu-Tang had the Mountain Dew.
The big, it wasn't until the Sprite campaign.
Yeah,
right? It wasn't until that Sprite campaign when they started.
Biggie had St. Eyes too?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. I mean, they were the ones breaking the ground. Wu-Tang, Biggie, Ice Cube, all those guys are slowly breaking that down.
But they realized that they were allowing us to define ourselves and dictate. At first, they tried to manipulate it and present it in their way, but it started to come off as parody, and people that fuck with the culture didn't fuck with the product. So it wasn't until they started bringing authentic voices from the culture into the space to allow them to tell the story. Perfect example is Russell Simmons and Rush Communications, the Coca-Cola campaign. I don't know if y'all know, but y'all know the Coca-Cola bear? When y'all see the polar bear wintertime, Russell Simmons company came up with that campaign for Coca-Cola.
Crazy.
Transform the brand. You know what I'm saying? But if there isn't a product on the planet right now that doesn't sell itself through hip-hop, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's this music, there's themes, there's breakdancing, all that shit. It sells everything on the planet. Movies, there's no movie trailer.
It's so hip-hop, we don't even know it anymore. That's how hip-hop everything
We don't even pick up on it.
That's what I'm saying. It's so hip-hop.
I'll look up, I'll just be doing something, and then, no one man should have all this power. Oh, what movie is this?
Right.
It seems like they do the same songs over and over, selling it, you know what I'm saying? Because we tell these stories of triumph so well. We tell these stories of pain and grief and transition through those things and obstacles, which is what most movies are about. You have a conflict, you resolve the conflict. Who does that better than black people? Who deals with that? Who navigates the nuances of that better than black people?
Right.
So let me ask you, right? If Pimp C could come back for one day.
Oh, Jesus, Nori.
And you guys could do a versus.
I don't know if I
That was a tough question. Look at y'all. Y'all like that one. Everybody like, woo!
I don't know if there's anybody else besides Ball and G for us to go up against. And I don't
MJG.
I don't think Pimp.
You said 8-Ball and MJG?
Let me tell you something. Pimp's presence is very real in a room. If you've ever been in a room where UGK record has been played and Pimp C verse come on, the spirit of Pimp C is in that room. The energy shifts when you hear that shit. So just that, the spirit, the idea, the notion, right? Because when you hear the music, you imagine what if he was in this room right now in this space. The thought, the idea of him occupying space with you in modern time, in real time, is just so hard to grasp. It's just your mind would explode if you saw Pimp C in modern times. So just the idea of him physically being here, I don't know. Like I don't even know what UGK would look like right now, right? There'd be different albums at this point. So by the time we got the verses, it might not be nobody that could have held this shit. I'm just saying.
Right. Is there, because everyone knows all of us is pretty much unique individuals.
Yes.
Is there any new artist that you look at that reminds you a little bit like similar to Pimp, or no one, never? Not even.
There is no one man, I think, that can replicate it, right? You see some dudes with the personality,
like some elements of Pimp.
Yeah, I see that in most people. Megan Thee Stallion embodies a lot of what Pimp represented. I think that's why it was so jarring for people to see it coming from a woman. You know what I'm saying? But she's not saying nothing that Pimp wasn't saying. It just came from a female perspective. But I think Club God, B King, I think he carries I think he's talking about a lot of the crazy, nasty shit that Pimp will be talking about. I think there's a lot of people that carry his beliefs. Like Crit carries this passion of making Southern musical production looked at a very high level.
Right.
Killer Mike has the care and concern for his community and his people that Pimp had. You know what I'm saying? There's so many different things, but I don't think no one person could encompass everything that Chad encompassed. That's why he was so special to people.